Yep. So a bit about us as a builder first. Obviously, we are Tomorrow Homes. We're purely a wholesale builder, meaning that obviously the agent is representing the purchaser and we service the agents in that relationship there. So we don't have clients come direct to us. We're quite boutique in our scale. We do about 150 to 200 per annum, and we're looking to grow that over the next 5 years. It's for a number of reasons, which we'll dive into a little bit later in the brochure.
Okay.
We've got a really strong leadership team, and our directors they come from luxury high end. So as a brand, that's what we like to emulate in this wholesale space.
Okay.
So to start off in the investment brochure, we always have our brand introduction video at the start. What that is, it's just a quick way for your agents to understand Tomorrow Homes as a brand and the values that we like to bring in.
On the right-hand side, for ease of reference for any agent trying to present this to a client, we always put a little bit of a snapshot on the house and land package. So once they've obviously looked at the stock list, they'll open up the brochure and then they'll have a quick reference point where it will have size, floor plan, facade, build price, land price, and total price.
Yeah, that's nice. I saw this the other day and I thought I was quite knocked out with it because I thought it was really nice how it flowed and it's easy to use.
Definitely. Yeah, we plan out the whole journey. So it is very, very easy for an agent to sit in front of a client and execute this presentation from start to finish, covering all the main points that obviously a client would need to be briefed on. So continuing on, obviously we have a lot of information about who we are as a business and also the directors. So the two handsome young men you've got in those two images, Michael and Matthew, are the two directors of Tomorrow Homes. A bit of background on where they come from, and this is a great selling point for your agents to obviously articulate to their clients, is that Michael actually comes from a very high-end luxury architectural market. So he's spent, 40 years in the architectural space. Of that, a lot of his time has been spent designing resorts around the world. The Hilton, he's been involved in Hilton hotels. He's also a landscape architect, and he's used to building $5-10 million custom-built homes. Not similar to Matthew, who you see below. So he heads up the construction arm of the business. He also comes from luxury high-end construction. Between Michael, Matthew, and the leadership team, they've got well over 80 years of experience, and they've executed and constructed over $1.5 billion worth of real estate. The reason why it's important to note that they come from the luxury construction market is they really understand how to complete product at a high level, but obviously affordable to the investment market space. So it's a great asset to have.
Got you. Nice.
I guess flowing on from that, premium design is what sets us apart from all of these wholesale builders. Having our architect and our creative studio in-house really means that we can be efficient in our floor plans and create a beautiful product, but at that affordable price point. We also like to say that we're Melbourne's smartest builder, meaning nationally we're the only wholesale builder to integrate smart technology into all of our homes. We do touch on this further in the brochure. It's things like Google, Amazon cameras that are hardwired to every front door, and that's an inclusion, not an upgrade. So it's just staying ahead of the curve and having that point of difference in the market. From that, we've got a little testimonial video. So this just maps out a first homeowner's journey with us, and I guess their opinion and their feedback about how the process was. I think what's so important about showcasing the Tomorrow Homes experience is that we have an app called Builder Trend. And what that is, it's the purchaser's own live portal that they can access via their phone or their laptop 24/7. And it maps out their build journey. So it has all of their contract documents, it has their progress photos, it has all of their invoices. And us as a builder, we have our site supervisors jump on there every week. They'll provide a progress photo and some site commentary about what's going on in their build. So whether they're at frame stage, slab, etc., etc. They can direct message us through the app if it's a question or a query about the build itself. And it's just an amazing platform, and it's keeping that line of communication open. We never want to feel like our purchasers or our agents are out of the loop. Maps out build schedules. It's a great platform. And again, another point of difference, we don't see any of these wholesale builders being so hands-on with the communication.
Yeah. No, okay, fair enough.
My favorite part of this presentation is all about our tech. So being Tomorrow Homes, we're all about future-proofing the homes for tomorrow.
Got you.
Starting off with our Google, Amazon compatible cameras. These are hardwired to every front door. We have smart Rinnai appliances, which the purchasers or the investor, whoever it is, can control it through their phone via an app. We have milk can letterboxes, which are a new addition to our builds. They are they're a letterbox with a parcel drop feature. So mailman comes by and they can drop the parcel into the mailbox and lock it up. So it's a great sense of security. We also have pre-wiring to the garages for electric car chargers. It's the way of the world. By the looks of it, there's so many Teslas on the road and electric cars on the road. So we pre-wire all of our garages as a standard inclusion. To retrofit something like this, the investor or the owner-occupier would be looking at $4,000 to $5,000 to get through the brick and plaster in the garage. It's just another thing that we do stock standard in every home.
That's very good.
You'll also see on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of Google, Amazon integrations that the purchaser can unlock with their smart camera and their Google Nest Mini or their Amazon Echo, which they receive post-handover as a gift from us.
Right, I see, okay.
Yeah, it's things like they can control the lighting and the blinds and video and things like that.
Very good.
A big point of difference that Vanessa mentioned early on is obviously our quality of build and uniqueness in the wholesale space. So this really goes into a bit more depth, a deeper dive into why we are a premium wholesale builder. And the main standouts that you'll notice that are highlighted there is just how meticulous we are with our floor plans, the amount of effort and time that goes into developing floor plans that are actually going to provide the investor with a better, greater return on investment. And what we mean by that is making sure that although we're designing 4 beds, 2 bathroom, 2-car garages, how can we make them extremely efficient, providing in some circumstances second living areas where they potentially could convert that to a 3rd bedroom, having really great circulation space, but also keeping them in a size range that's affordable in terms of a price per square metre rate. Because often what you'll see is a lot of wholesale builders overbuild. So they might have 220, 230 square metres. And then obviously the price point escalates. So we try to manage all those elements in one, while also being able to provide really high quality finishes and interior palettes that obviously resonate with both that investment market space, but also the home owner space. And you'll notice at the bottom there, once again, Michael talks a bit about, the importance of having efficient floor plans, alongside Vanessa on the bottom right-hand corner, not this Vanessa, another Vanessa, heads up all of our interior and interior design.
Got you. Okay, cool.
This is really the heart of the investment brochure, where a lot of the agents who want to spend majority of their time, this really goes into depth about, once again, the actual package and all of its association in terms of size and price, alongside the external landscaping inclusions, the lot number, the title dates, the size of the block, etc. So what we love about this page is that most agents, when they're selling for a developer or they're selling a house or land package, they're having to lend on, sometimes 5 or 6 different documents to get all the information they need. We really thought intensely, we all come from a sales background. How can we effectively sit in front of a client and be able to present all of the information that they require, including title dates and the sites, without having to flip and making it clunky, jumping between page to page. So this really maps it out, and they're able to spend a lot of time articulating the actual package. And then it follows on by
going into the external facades. So again, Michael and our design team spent hours and hours on these facades, really trying to create something contemporary and timeless. whether it be an investment property or someone's first home. We have 9 signature series facades. These are all included within the build price, so no added extra. We stuck to quite a neutral palette for a number of reasons. Again, they're contemporary. 2, they stand the test of time. And 3, you can really create some contrast and things like that by just using blacks and whites in a strategic way. And that's what we've done in these facades.
Yes.
Flipping over, you'll see our limited release series. So these ones are an added upgrade, $9,880. It's really for if you do have an owner-occupier walking through your doors that have some sentiment towards the external facade. We did want to have some options there, being, you know, the Hampton style, the extended portico, or that harsh pitch roof. Again, in the same color palette, just to create that cohesion in the brand.
Yeah, I'm with you. Nice.
Again, we talk about our points of differences because we have so many of them compared to our competitors. This is something that is not offered in the marketplace, and we benchmark and research our competitors on a monthly basis, is providing the agent, broker, whoever may be presenting this package, an alternate floor plan. So with every package, if they're sitting with a client and they've presented a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, and then the client, as we all know, they all want to know what other choices they have, and they want to know what it would cost to have a 4-bedroom, or they feel like they just need an additional bedroom because they might live in it at some point. We have them pre-packaged and pre-priced. So it's all about how can we close the sale on the spot. The agent can sit there and they can, articulate a 3-bedroom product, but they can also offer them a 4-bedroom product. It's priced. They don't need to go back to the builder. In the house and land space, we all know that obviously time is money, and having a client have to wait another week or 2 to get a package is where they generally tend to lose a deal. So we feel like this is a really great value add for the agent to be able to close. Even if they don't end up going for a 4-bedroom, they know what that price is and it's all locked in.
Yeah.
And often there might be 2 or 3 different alternate floor plans.
Okay, cool.
We then go on to the internal colour selection. So wholesalers normally have 1 or 2 colour palettes and they call it a day. We want to obviously be able to be different and offer 5 different colour palettes. So what we have allocated here is for the agents to be able to go through 5 completely different colour palettes that could cater to any market, whether it's an owner-occupier or an investor or just someone who's really invested into colour palettes. Although it's an investment they shouldn't be, but for some reason in Australia, they still think with emotion and not purely on dollars. So this gives them an opportunity to present. We always have a colour board with all the finishes located, an internal render of the bathroom and an internal render of the kitchen. And then we just have 5 very different colour palettes to stand, obviously, the test of time for every market, whether it's an investor or owner-occupier. We tend to find most investors go for option 4 and also option 5 because they're obviously a neutral colour palette.
Yeah.
We also have what we call our designer kitchen by Lisa Van Zanten. So Lisa is an executive pastry chef with the Atlantic Group.
Okay.
We sat down with her and collaborated on how we wanted this kitchen space to look and feel. Meaning, how do we make it functional, but how do we make it beautiful? So we use quality Italian appliances. We use Artusi. They come with a 5-year warranty, unlike some other wholesalers. They use Technica or something similar, and they only have a 1-year warranty. We obviously don't want our investors to have to outlay any more cash, whether it be if something goes wrong with the appliances. So warranties was something that were important, and we wanted to put some consideration in there.
Yep.
Large bench spaces, good circulation between the island and the back bench, just things like that. All of our fixtures and fittings you'll see on the right-hand side, and this flows on to our bathroom as well. Again, all the fixtures and fittings on that right-hand side.
Yep.
This is also a really great point of difference. Vanessa touched on it at the beginning. In the wholesale space, there are a lot of builders that are falling short in terms of delivery, and this is even pre and post-COVID. They can't use that excuse anymore. We've all settled, the supply chain is certainly settled. So we mitigate our risk with having issues in our delivery process by only building 150 to 200 and capping out at 200, regardless of the potential of some groups being able to do more. We just don't accept any more work. And that's to ensure that we can deliver the time frame, especially if you're an agent who's trying to sell a house and land package to a client, to then find that, you know, if the job's 12 months when it should be 7 months, there's all these additional interest payments that are required. So we keep good trades. We don't build in regional. Once again, so many builders are taking on regional work and they just can't facilitate the delivery of that program. So it's really important that we don't do that.
Okay.
And then we flow on to being able to educate the agents on inclusion. So these pages actually provide a lot of detailed black and white information on what's included and what's not. We so often, once again, in the wholesale space, see the builders only have 4 or 5 dot points on the inclusions. Well, the client wants to sit there and know the ins and outs of what's included. So we provide this across 2 pages. There's a substantial amount of additional value, which you would have noticed at 34,000 of additional value across the package.
That's nice.
And then at a high level, we just demonstrate all of the inclusions that come with this house and land package being a turnkey option. There are a lot of builders that float around the terminology of turnkey inclusions, which are actually not all inclusive. There's still, you know, fences and driveways not included, or flooring or heating and cooling. Ours are complete turnkey, meaning on delivery of the key, you could physically occupy that home or have a tenant obviously occupy.
We then map out our build process. So for anyone who hasn't built, I guess with a construction loan and those drawdown payments or progress payments, just a quick flow of how that process works and the percentages due at each point. So it's slab, frame, lockup, etc.
Yep.
On that right-hand side, it's just a quick overview of some of our trusted suppliers that we use and the brands that we use in our homes. You'll obviously see names that you know, Dulux, Renai, so forth and so forth. Again, it's that little piece of reassurance that what we bring to the table is quality.
Very good.
We always go the extra mile to make sure this package has all the information that the agents need. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a holistic approach to presenting. We always include an estate stage plan, a plan of subdivision. Often you'll find that a client will say, okay, well, where is the actual block located? What's next door to me? We then obviously go into depth and provide as much information as possible on the suburb. So it's always a suburb snapshot. If there's additional investment information or a video on the estate, we'll include that in, estate specific, so the agents have something to present to. And then we finish off the investment brochure with a bit of a walkthrough. So currently we don't have any displays that any of the agents could take a client through. We just shut down a few. So we have another 2 medium density townhouses that we'll have available in November, and then a larger home, which will be a display home that will be available in the first quarter of next year. And they'll obviously have keypads that the agents can take their clients through. But in the interim, they can click on this link, which keeps them within the brochure. And it's a walkthrough on our smallest product with no upgrade. So they still have something to demonstrate to their client. And obviously showcase it if they choose to. One thing just touching on that the agents will find is that this brochure has been designed and created to keep the client invested in the brochure. So when you click on a link, you won't be sent off to another page or another web page. It will be obviously within that brochure link.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's very good. That's a good idea.
And then we finish off.
Yeah, beautiful. So you're doing 2-stage contracts and you're doing single contracts as well if you're doing townhouses and stuff like that. Is that correct?
They're all 2-part at the minute. We are working towards a 1090 situation. It's been in the works for a good couple of months now, and I'm sure it's soon to come into market, and we'll have exclusivity of that for 12 months before it hits the rest of the market. So stay tuned on that one, and we'll give you some more info once we know a little bit more on that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And so with your process then, what works best for you? Do you like to, for example, if we've got a client, they've got the finance ready to go, we send off the EOI form to you. After that, what's your normal process? Like, what would you want us to do? Would you want us to arrange an appointment for the client to come and meet with you face to face, or Is there a normal way that you prefer to do business?
Yep. So upon receiving an ELY, I think the most important thing is to secure the land first.
Yeah.
So probably put down the holding deposit with the land agent, whether that's through you and you facilitate that, or if you need our help on that, just let us know.
Yep.
But I think that's the most important step one, just to make sure it's not sold underneath our noses.
Yeah.
Upon receiving the ELY, we obviously do a quick check on that just to make sure that all the details are there. We've got their driver's license, et cetera, et cetera. Then what we do is we actually draft up the contract and the contract drawings for the agent and the purchaser to review together.
Yes.
If they are wanting to have a one-on-one with us, we can work that out. It obviously just needs to be facilitated by the agent, given that we're not retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important that the agents know that at the beginning of a relationship, we're definitely there to assist them to the best of our ability, but assist them in the sense that they're also educating themselves and learning so that they can obviously sell the product themselves. But we are here if they need to. We don't want them to just handball it. So, tell the client that they're just going to, because we're not a retail builder or a wholesaler, and they need to do the work